Welcome back into my shop. This morning, got another little project I'm going to work on. The gnome craze continues, so I've decided to try making a little gnome again. This time it's going to be a very simple little one. Found this gnome drawing on the internet. The young lady who did this, forgotten her name at the moment, but she shows you how to draw a gnome, which looks like this. And I thought that we would take this and take the drawing and make it into a little wooden gnome with some layered pieces so that it really stands out, and maybe try some other little experiments with it as well. So what I did was I took the gnome drawing and I broke it up into sections. We're going to have a backboard. We're going to have the mustache is separate. The beard is separate. The feet are separate. These will all be placed on the backboard. And of course the hat, which will also be separate too, will be placed on the backboard, and the little fella's nose as well. Okay, so we're going to use 1/4-inch birch plywood to do this, and we're going to start by cutting out the backboard, setting it up so we can cut it out, and the pieces, and we're going to probably do this stack cutting so we can make 2 of them at the same time instead of just 1 of them. And we're going to cut these out on the scroll saw. So let's get our boards set up first. Alright, I've cut out 2 pieces of birch plywood so they can fit the backing board on it. I'm going to stack them one on top of the other. And we'll have enough room to cut out our backing board, and we'll probably take the mustache off of this section too. We could put other pieces down. Actually, we could probably put feet down here. Get those cut out, and we could even put the nose, and we'll save those other 2 big pieces for later on. We can get 2 of each thing, each of the pieces that we're going to need. So the first thing we want to do after this, of course, is to tape this thing down as usual. I like to use the blue painter's tape to do this. Blue or green, or even the yellow one. I guess it could be just your colors that you prefer, whatever colors you prefer. Although they do have another purpose, I suppose, when they're being used for painting. For our purposes, though, just about any type of masking tape that will hold these things together is good enough. Tape, of course, allows the blade to cut smoother, and also gives you a surface to glue down your pieces. Alright, I'm going to go sop these up with some glue, and I'll be back. Alright, we'll put this big backing board down on there first. I use a glue stick. Pick up a package of them from Staples. You can get them in a stationary outlet. But I find these to be very useful. I used to use aerosol sprays, but I got to thinking maybe that's not such a good idea. Too much aerosol in the world as it is. We'll put our mustache down here. Should be okay. Take our feet, put them down here. These are all going to be pretty easy to cut out. And we take the little guy's nose, and we'll put it up in the corner there. Alright, got it pretty well blocked out here. What I'm going to do is drill a few entry holes around the edges, and I'll see you over at the scroll saw. You've been there before, you know where it is. I'll meet you there in a little while, and we'll start cutting these pieces out. Alright, I have a number, I believe it's a number 7 reverse tooth blade in here. I'm not going to change it. It's been used on another project, but we'll try it the way it is and see what happens. Let's start by cutting out the smaller pieces, maybe the nose first. The nose. Lost track of where the hole is here, so let's tear some of this tape off. I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. See the hole there now. Alright. Tighten this down and fire it up, and away we go. When you're doing your cutting, by the way, you want to do on the, these are rather big lines that the artist drew, rather thick, so you want to stay on the outside. Cutting these smaller pieces, you want to hold your finger down on them too. Make sure that they don't go flying through the air and you end up losing them under a bench somewhere. Alright, got our 2 little noses all set. And we'll go do the feet next. One foot. And let's go and do the stash next. Have all our small pieces out of the way. Again, lost this one under the tape. Tear some tape off of here. We can see where the hole is. Run our blade through it and we're all set to go. Okay, got the mustache done. And now let's attack the backboard. I don't think we even have to use the hole here, we'll just go right over there. Okay, got our backing board cut out now, and we can just toss this out, and they're a nice little shape. I cut out these ridges under the arms, made them a little bigger there. I think they'll look better when I put the other pieces down, and time will tell about that. Okay, let's go back to the bench. Alright, we're back here at the bench, and what we want to do now, peel off the tape. It's holding our patterns down. Nothing on that one. a little bit on this one. There's not really a lot of peeling to do here, but it's a very appealing process. Okay, so much for the jokes. Alright, take this one off. And these little feet will look pretty good when we put them on the guy. And then, of course, the biggest section, the backboard. Peel that one off. There. And we're all set. We've got 2 of each. We'll be able to make 2 of these guys. Give us some room for experimentation here. And now what we're going to do is slide these aside here for now. I got another couple pieces of scrap birch ply. I'm going to put down the other 2 big pieces that we have to cut. I'll just tape these together using the old painter's tape again, of course. These are some old scraps that I had lying around. Could get rid of a lot of scrap wood if you have a lot of this birch ply laying around your shop. Good opportunity to use things like that. Projects like this. And I put some glue, my glue stick on here. Just put these 2 down. And we'll go and cut them out. I won't bore you again with another cutting job. I'll go do the cutting on these things, and I'll bring them back and we'll start to assemble this. Okay, we got all the pieces cut out now from our little gnome kit, so to speak, and we're going to try putting it together now. We'll just sort of do a dry fit to see how this thing looks, see if it works. Haven't tried this yet, so I'll line the top up with the backboard. And so the hat will go on something like that. And as you can see, it juts forward a little bit. Makes it look a little more 3D looking. Here's the original drawing. We have our mustache is going to go in the background. So what I'm going to do is put that on there. These are not going to fit exactly like puzzle pieces, but they'll do the job well, I think. Now it's just got to go up like this one here. It's not a perfect fit in there, but that's okay, because the we want some of the background to show through, and the nose is going to cover some of these parts as well. Alright, so here we put our nose on. The nose will be glued right on top here like that. Okay. And we have our beard. Okay, I've rounded over all the edges on the pieces, and it looks a lot better now. I think what I'm going to go do now is paint all the pieces different colors, and I'll come back after they dry, and we'll really assemble this thing with some glue and see how it looks at the end. Well, as you can see, I've spent some time painting my different parts of the gnome. This is our backboard. What we're going to do is assemble this now. Take the hat, which I decided to paint red. Goes right over the top portion of this backboard. And then we can put our little mustache in there. Line this up as best you can. Our nose is going to go right on the top there. Got our little beard to put in there. And our 2 little feet. And that makes up our nice little gnome. This would probably make a nice Christmas gnome, actually, with the coloration that I've chosen. You, of course, can put different colors and make them stand out for anything you want. So that's nicely colored up. I think what we'll do now is glue them down and make our final put together here. Okay, I've glued together the other gnome that I did. Remember we did two at the same time by stack cutting, and I just put this together as a single piece. And there's lots of things you could do with this. I mean, if you have any children, you could give them some crayons and they could probably color in the different parts of the gnome. Be interesting to see what it looks like. Or you could get some wash colors, put some paint and a little bit of water and color each part yourself to see what you can come up with. It also makes good decoration generally. You could put it on a little stand, which I might end up doing with this one. Just leave it the plain wood if you like. And you might even want to also think about this as possibly a gift tag or something like that you could attach to a present. In any event, this is the plain gnome. Well, hope you enjoyed watching this video. And maybe you might want to make yourself one of these little gnomes and decorate them in your own particular style. And if you did enjoy it, click the like button down below, and might want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. And see what other crazy ideas I come up with later on down the road. Thank you for watching.